We just got a massive info drop on Battlefield 6's weapon customization system, one that's going to completely reshape the way you build your loadouts. Think the depth of Call of Duty's Gunsmith, the sandbox flexibility of Battlefield, and a point-based system that forces real trade-offs. And yeah, this isn't just theory crafting anymore. These details have come straight from Battlefield Labs playtests, data mines, and some seriously credible leaks. Let's break it all down and determine whether this system is actually what Battlefield needs or if it's heading into the meta hell. The first leak made headlines because of just how drastically it diverges from what we saw in Battlefield 2042. If you played that game, you'll remember the Plus system, a clean radial menu that lets you swap optics, barrels, and ammo types mid-match. It was fast, it was flexible, it was built for chaos. But now we're looking at something completely different. According to playtest data and datamine files, Battlefield 6 is moving toward a pre-match attachment system, kind of like Call of Duty's Gunsmith. Except there's one major twist. You're working with a 100-point customization budget. Every weapon build gives you a 100-point limit. Each attachment, magazine, barrel, optics, stocks, or even ammo type has a different point cost. You want that fast extended mag? That's going to cost you 40 points, where a basic mag might only cost you 5. Stack up enough high cost attachments and boom, your budget's gone. This is going to mean you can't just put every OP attachment on and dominate the server. You're going to have to make some critical choices here. For example, if you want a high zoom scope, a compensator, and a big mag, cool. But you're going to give up a lightweight stock or a mobility boost somewhere else. And as far as we can tell, it's not just speculation. One of the leaks showed detailed UI stats. Some of the stats featured are damage, fire rate, magazine size, control, precision, hipfire spread. There's even ADS time and headshot multipliers. It's very clear that DICE is building a system where every attachment is going to change your weapon's identity, not just its looks. The customization doesn't just stop with attachments. According to data pulled from playtest, you'll be able to choose ammo types as well. A few of the leaked ammo options look like frangible, hollow point, FMJ, polymer, tungsten, match grade, armor piercing, and yes, something called Halloween. It's important to note that these aren't just cosmetic choices. They're going to change the TTK, the recoil, bullet velocity, regen delay, and even headshot damage. It's all going to change based on your playstyle. Do you want to shred some armor at range? Maybe you run AP. Do you want to be more aggressive with health regen delays on enemies? Maybe you run frangible. So now you're not only managing attachments and ammo, but each ammo has stat changes under a limited budget. This creates a lot of potential and a lot of meta concerns. Speaking about metas, let's talk a second about balancing. Some players are already worried that this point system will just lead to these meta builds that YouTubers create. We've seen it before. Battlefield 2042 had 50 round ARs, laser beaming players across the map, or in Battlefield 5 where everyone ran the same bolt on the ZK383 because it was simply better. If DICE doesn't nail these trade-offs, or if the high-powered attachments don't come with real downsides, it's really going to create a meta loop that we've seen dozens of times before, especially in Call of Duty. But this system could work if the trade-offs are meaningful. Some of the leaked ideas, which are pretty normal, are larger mags equals slower reload plus more recoil control equals better accuracy but slower ADS, and extended range equals heavier weapons and worse hipfire. It's going to be a smart way to balance power with consequences, and honestly, this is something that COD's Gunsmith system just never quite got right. It's worth contrasting this system with past Battlefield games. Battlefield 5 had its own upgrade trees, but options were often locked behind a few forced paths. You'd pick a bolt here, a grip there, but it never really felt personalized. It wasn't your gun. Battlefield 1 had weapon variants instead of attachments. It was great for balance, but not really for creativity. Battlefield 3 and 4 offered more straightforward customization. There were maybe 3 or 4 slots per gun, but that simplicity kept balancing tighter. Now in Battlefield 6, we're potentially looking at a system with 7 or more slots, a budget cap, and transformative attachments that alter recoil patterns, fire rates, and even the weapons category itself. Anyone else thinking sniper scope on a 44 mag? Just saying. One example from the leaks showed an HK417 that could morph into a full-on DMR by swapping the barrel length, the sight, and the stock. That's the amazing flexibility that players want, but only if it's balanced. Speaking of balancing, what is actually being tested right now? Thanks to Battlefield Labs, we've seen real players get hands-on with these systems. According to official stats, over 1 million destructible objects, hundreds of thousands of player spawns, and thousands of hours of gameplay have already gone into shaping the direction of Battlefield 6. From what we've seen, Labs has been validating low latency, high performance gameplay, new movement mechanics including crouch sprints and combat rolls, tactical destruction as part of a map strategy, and now the loadout system like this. This isn't some side mechanic. They're building the gameplay around this system, and that's huge. So with all this playtesting, what is the community feeling so far? Well, right now the community is cautiously optimistic. Players love customization, but they want clarity and fairness. I've noticed a few reoccurring questions from the playtesters where they want to see shared attachments across weapons. So for example, you unlock a red dot sight once and it applies to multiple guns. Everybody wants visual customizations. Skins, stickers, patches. It doesn't impact stats, but it looks cool. Also, obviously people want logical penalties, like recoil for drum mags. I'm also seeing a lot of people saying that they want a simple system for tracking all this for the casual players who don't want to dive into spreadsheets and do a bunch of calculations before every match. Now, Battlefield is supposed to be one of those realistic games, but also still kind of an arcadey shooter. So I did see some people point out that in real world military combat, soldiers don't have the perfect loadout. They use what they can carry. That's kind of what DICE seems to be leaning toward. More of like a logistical realism meets an arcade sandbox. Ultimately though, the point-based attachment system feels like a natural evolution for Battlefield, but it walks a tightrope. Go too deep and you alienate the casual players who are looking to just jump on and play. But if you keep it too shallow, it's just going to be Battlefield 2042 all over again. The real key here is going to be keeping meta builds in check, ensuring attachments feel meaningful, and making sure choices matter without overwhelming the average player. With Battlefield 6 aiming for a reveal this summer and likely released later this year, we'll know more soon. But if this system delivers, it could finally bring Battlefield's customization up to par with modern FPS expectations without sacrificing its identity. Let me know in the comments what you think. Does a point-based attachment system sound like a W, or is it trying too hard to copy Call of Duty? If you want more breakdowns like this as the leaks keep rolling in, hit the subscribe button and I'll keep you in the loop. Until next time, I'll catch you later.